Good morning and welcome to my channel. This is Kimberly at Journal Breeze. I'm so happy to be with you this morning. I am going to do a flip through of a wedding planning journal that a lady may have put together in the early 1900s. This is her recollections to look back on of the people that were there and the bits and pieces of gowns and dresses that were part of her bridal party and the parties that went on to celebrate their wedding to be. And it has her trousseau in it and the linens, and it's just was so much fun to put together. It came about because of two major designers. The first one is the majority of pages, and the name of this designer is Sharm Studio. Sharm Studio. Sharm Studio is out of Ukraine. So when Etsy announced that they were not going to be charging fees to Ukrainian designers, I went over and bought a bundle. It happened to be March, which is Women's History Month, and so I was going to do a dedication to women. So when I saw these kits, I bought so many, and there's 3 in this. I just was thrilled, and that set the year to about 1900, 1910. And then I was looking at another designer who I recently found and was thrilled when I saw these. It's Anne, and her Etsy store is called Odulcina, Odulcina. Or that's her YouTube channel. I'm not sure if that's the name of her Etsy store actually. But she has a kit called Wedding Polaroids. And I just fell in love with them. And they were the right period and the right style. And I love period everything. I'm really into decorative periods and textile periods. And I'm a little less knowledgeable about fashion, but you kind of learn it in bits as you're learning about decorative arts in general. So this is the Edwardian period if you're part of the English UK group. And here it's the 1910 pre-World War I, turn of the century. These are the ways that this time period is talked about. So it was very unusual for me to do a cover like this. If you've been watching my work on Instagram, I don't do a lot of gemstones. You can see I've got pearls here. Can you see those? Yeah, pearl over there. These, faux gemstones, and over here. And this lace, I bought this in a bag, so I didn't even know what I had when I bought it. It was just one of those fun grab things up the coast when I was antiquing recently. And piece of lace I've had for a long time that I distressed a little bit with ink and rubbed it around. And then the back, this is a ruby and pearl paper that I adore of the time period. And I don't know what this is from, but it's so pretty. And it's an envelope, in case you can't tell. The envelope is exactly this size, and it's a big window. It's exactly the size of the window. And come on, you get this in the mail, you just have to make a journal out of it. So that's what this is. Inside, I've used an old napkin. It's a very fine linen napkin, and the edging was scalloped and stitched with the machine. So I cut it out to go around this window on the inside. I made this pocket. This is a beautiful seed packet, or envelope, from Chapter 1 Papers, one of the Polaroids from Anne's kit. And I just love it. This is ruby and pearl as well. And just love it. And then I want to show you the back is the other part of that linen. I put it all the way through over the spine so that it would give it extra strength, since it was really truly only an envelope. So I made sure to use the cotton. So back to the beginning. Yeah, so this is somebody in her bridal party. It was just beautiful as it was, so I decided not to do anything to it. This is a beautiful picture of the sister of the bride. And this came from Souvenir de la France. this tag I made to go inside. And hope springs eternal when you get married, right? And I purposely put this design, which comes down and goes up to the next one, put it into her head because as you're going through wedding planning, you are kind of feeling like a puppet at times, I think, where, you're trying to please this person, trying to please this relative, trying to please this caterer, wanting your way and having your ideas, but you're kind of, on a string because there's a deadline and blah, 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 blah. And I cut out a cute little, poem that kind of talks about how it's a, unit. You work together with each other. And this is actually a piece from my own wedding dress. I copied it. I had the dress made, so I had a piece of lace that I could lay on my scanner, I guess, and copied it. I got married a long time ago, so this is not reflective of me in any way. This is a piece of lace. It was from a wedding dress, I believe, and I thought it really looked like what's going on in the trim of her dress. The yellow background and the black and white made me choose this copy that I made onto coffee dyed paper, and this is very fitting with that era around the turn of the century. This is from one of those old books, that you used to be able to buy that had all kinds of copyright-free images in it. The publishing company began with a D, but I can't recall. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about if you're old enough. I don't know if they still make those books, but that's what that's from. And these are two darling pieces of ephemera from a new kit by Chapter 1 Papers. It's called the Edwardian Lady's Garden, and they're just so sweet. And I picked them because of the yellow and the fact that she's in a garden. This is Dust to Rose's tag that I just thought emulated the stripes in her dress beautifully. I don't recall where I got this. Another piece from the Edwardian Garden, and this is from Odulcina's Polaroids. Just loved it. This is a piece of ribbon that I cut as a trim that would be the kind of decoration you'd see in the 1910s. Another one of the Polaroids. This is what the bride would take with her in her bag when she would go shopping and choosing silver and china and everything. And inside it's got some of the things she wants to consider. It's got swatches and potential drapes. You'll see the house later on in the book. And some dresses that she might get for her trousseau. She has a recipe in here that she wants them to consider for her wedding or the rehearsal dinner. These are linens that she really likes for her pillow casings and sheets. And it's on a beautiful card with a great quote from Emily Holt, who wrote The Complete Housekeeper in the late 1800s. It was like the woman's Bible. And this is where she's going to keep a record of her linens and lace. These came out of a book. And then the beauty of the hats. Oh, I actually put this in the wrong spot. Oops. This is where it goes. Okay, so this is more for trousseau. These are the luggage for her honeymoon, and monograms that she's considering having put onto all of her items. She's marrying well. And these purses and whatnot were on the page. And then this comes out, as I say. And then this is her, beautiful woman. She's actually a famous actress. Her name is Lily Elsie from the Edwardian period. So I just had fun collaging little things on there. And then this is supposed to be on here. Okay. So this then is a page that I showed in Instagram, and people really like this lace. This is not an old lace. This is, it might be, I don't know, it might be 25, 35 years old. I don't know. But it's not old. And I did coffee dye it. It was a whiter shade. And I wanted to emulate their dresses. So beautiful. So beautiful. And then there's another piece of lace here at the top of the Tim Holtz card from their new collection. And this is a postcard from the paper cameo. The paleness of it I thought was really what worked with this page. And then this is another beautiful Polaroid. Whoops. And it's just the most beautiful dresses. Oh, I just love it. And this is a tag from Dust to Roses, and I put some tatting across the top that's from the 1930s. And then these are edgings of pages that came out of the Forget-Me-Not kit from Chapter 1 papers. They look three-dimensional, and I just love them so much. So I let them help to form that page. And now this is the bride. She's sitting at her table. She's thinking about when her fiance proposed and what an exciting time that was. She was blushing in this Polaroid. This is from an old hanky. So she's thinking about who she's going to invite to the wedding, and she's gathering up different papers. So this is a beautiful letter that she received, beautiful stationery that she got. Isn't that sweet? That's from Sharm Studios. And then this is her registry book cover. This is a letter she wrote. And this is from her loved one. And this is a postcard from Sam Poole. But it has, beautiful lace mannequin behind it. And then this is Dust to Roses. This is Chapter 1. But isn't this just beautiful? Even if nothing was in the pocket. I just love this page. And here's the bride herself. She's got her wedding outfit on, her wedding dress and veil and pearls. She's just trying it out. This is not her wedding day. She's trying it out. This is the empty marriage certificate, which also came in the Polaroid kit. Love, love. And this is from an old Facebook group that no longer exists, so I can't even tell you where it came from. But I love this picture of this bride. This page has beautiful black items on it that I just didn't think really went with the wedding theme, so that's why I covered it up. But love the pansies, love, this bridal picture. And then this is a picture of the lace of her wedding dress. I got this recently from a vendor in France. Oh, just love it. So this was a fun page to put together. And this is the lady in town. She's probably the most, she does all the fundraising, and she's extremely well known. She wears the biggest hat. She gathers all the people for a party, for a shower, for our bride. And so she's very excited. She's very in charge. You get that whole look about her. And so this is from Paper Cameo, and this is another picture of the dresses and the hats that just fit all the ladies that are attending the party that day. This is again Dust to Roses. And this is the way I use the Tim Holtz frames. I don't like the thickness of the frames, and so I take off the top layer, and that way it's quite flat to the page. If you can see that, it's quite flat. And yes, it gets the wrinkle lines in it when I pull it off, but I actually think that fits with the vintage look. And then I added this bow to the bottom. This is from Souvenir de la France, and love the signatures that are showing, and just the sweetness of it all, very much in keeping with that era as well, that decoration. This is an announcement for an annual ball that this lady is attending, and most of the people from the wedding party are going to be attending this ball. And beautiful brooch that came out of a Paper Cameo kit. She has mink on the base of her beautiful dress and cape, her ball gown. And so I have some original mink in strips that I cut a little piece of and put under the page. I couldn't help myself. What do you do with mink these days? And I love it. It's just so sweet. It's already cut out, so I don't feel bad about it. And a beautiful piece of brocade. Can you see it? It shines. It's got a shiny brocade on top of a pale beige silk background and gold threads. Beautiful. And of course the trousseau would include buttons because she's having all of her clothing made. Well, for her honeymoon and her wedding. And Dust to Roses. Again, the kits. And this woman, she loves her roses. Do you see all those roses that are in her dress? Base and up here at the top, and she's smelling one. So that led me to choose for my tuck this beautiful, it's one of my favorite pictures ever. I know it's from Graphics Fairy. A lot of people had it in their kits. This one happens to be from Paper Cameo. I just love it. So I chose this Polaroid. These are the girls that are going to, you know, be part of the rehearsal dinner, and so they have on, you know, fancy dresses and fancy bows. It just all fit in my mind. And this is another picture card out of the New Edwardian kit by Chapter 1 Papers. This is a paper doily. These labels are from Chapter 1. And this is probably what the bridesmaids would have worn in their hair. They are the latest Parisian styles of headdresses. I love them all. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty and so appropriate for a wedding. And I don't know who that's from, but so sweet. And this is millinery opening, millinery trade. So I wanted to kind of keep with that on this page. Again, part of her shopping, part of her choosing. And more dress fabrics. This woman is in charge of the catering and the rehearsal dinner. You can see the dishes behind her and the roses, and for the centerpieces, beautiful feathers in her hair. Oh, I love her dress. It's my favorite dress in here. I just love the sleeves. I love the way it falls. And so this could be the lace that's going down the top, and this is a beautiful, could be this. It's kind of a pale yellow, and it's got pale yellow threads and beige threads going through it. Hope you can see it on that camera. This is our bride again, and this is the home she's going to be moving into. It's a mansion on a lake. Yes, she is marrying well. This is a copy of a actual piece of fabric, embroidered doily sort of thing, small, just that size, that I have in my collection. And this is an envelope from the Paper Cameo, and it's not really intended to be filled. I like the way it looks inside the way it is. And it's a lace maker back there. Just couldn't think of anything to do. I love this so much. Her dress, her pearls, the long necklace, just so in keeping with the time. I didn't want to change a thing. This is that same famous actress Lily, Elsie. And this card I decorated to turn it into a pocket. It's actually a Bon Marche from Sam Poole. And these are the girlfriends, you know, that are just excited to be able to attend such a lovely wedding, and they're looking forward to their wedding. And I glued little bits and pieces from the Polaroid kit down below, and this is from something else, and decorated it. There's all kinds of little additions on here you probably can't even tell. But you can write under it and behind it, so I thought I would use two to hold it. It's a little bit bottom heavy. Beautiful piece of the kit. And these are the mothers of the bride and the groom who are going through their trunk to find the linens that they're going to be giving to the new couple. They both sewed some of these as well as inherited them from their own family. They're so happy that their children are getting married. They really are thrilled about it and want to send them off with a beautiful linen chest. This is tape lace. This is tape lace. And then we get to our final page. Beautiful lady. I was given this picture. I just absolutely love it. And this is a frame from Tim Holtz that I again peeled off. And then this is a cutout. I felt it brought the two pieces together. I felt like she needed a special background. She's so, look at her. She's just gorgeous, and love this whole thing. So cut this out and put her on top of it, and left this intentionally, like the flowers are sitting on here. Rose, rose. And then this is the last page, and I showed you that it was the napkin that I obviously coffee dyed. And this is a piece of lace, and it's very lightweight, so I thought, well, I'll do something to make it a little sturdier. This is the seed packet that I turned inside out. This is from the paper cameo. Seed packet is from the chapter 1 Forget-Me-Not kit, and this is from the recent Tim Holtz new cards, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I answered any questions you may have and told you where my sources came from. I also listed them on my Instagram page and down below this video, and I hope you will like this video and subscribe. My channel is very new, and thank you so much, and I appreciate any comments that you leave and any warm feelings you have in your heart to wish me well on this YouTube journey. All right, guys, have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.